I don't think you
Hello.
made the end of that in time.
No, I actually cut it off before. I
Oh my
waited.
god!
I waited so that wasn't on air.
Thank you.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
That's teamwork.
Welcome. Hello.
What you got
Welcome to the
instead
show.
was Gabe's horrified expression in
You're welcome.
response.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, Abria's done that a couple of weeks in a row. Just like shot on in there, so we're all unprepared.
I knew you would say something, and now
I
they
know
will
Elf
never
can
know.
see into the secret heart of me, and there was a moment of just let me have it. And then I did my dark works.
Jeez.
How?
Yes, you certainly did.
Sorry, Dave.
But I'm not wrong.
We've entirely ruined your intro. Please go.
No,
What?
it's all good.
No.
Oh,
This
okay.
is safe.
All right.
I got to do the title probably because like it's marketing and stuff, and if you don't say the name of the thing, then, I don't know, SEOs, whatever that is. I have no idea. Welcome to the 9th episode. Checking my notes. 9th episode
Yeah.
of Lost Mine of Phandelver on roll 20. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome, Gabe. Oh my god, there's a new person on the cast.
Hooray!
I'm very, very excited to see how this is going to shake out. I think Gabe's made an awesome character, and it was so perfect. I'd set the thing up like a couple of weeks ago, and it just slid right on in there, and I was like, we don't have to do any fuss. There's already an NPC mentioned, and the NPC just like cut the end off. And I was like, fantastic.
There you go.
That's what we like. So, I guess it makes sense first. Gabe, why didn't you do like an introduction for the cast? Let them know what you're about and stuff.
Hi, I am Gabe. You can find me as Gabe James Games on pretty much anywhere on the internet. I am a Gable designer. I'm a game designer for both tabletop and digital. My current work is focusing on a goblin dating simulator. I also cosplay a lot and occasionally voice act. I like being busy because it gives me serotonin, and then I can be like, I made things.
Fantastic. Yeah. You.
And in case he's forgetting to mention that we all created our characters based on
Yes.
something that he made. I don't know, maybe talk about that, Gabe.
Yeah, so I made the class modifier module, which this cast had used to create their characters, and it is now officially on Roll20 as well, which was a fantastic process to work on. I loved writing the different steps for the characters, adding the narrative. The feedback and response has been more than I ever could have hoped for, like seeing new players be able to use it and then help figure out what like they want their character to be, and like experienced players answer questions they might not have ever considered. And so getting to see this cast use it and then get it on Roll20 as well has been a like just heartening experience.
Heck yeah. Also,
very much appreciate you.
because we use your thing to make our characters, this is technically a Gabletop game, and I will not be taking any questions on it. Thank you.
Oh, I live for that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
That's
pretty
my
good.
truth now.
Subscribed.
Subscribe to our stuff, though. We don't get any money if you subscribe on this channel, just so you know. Like, none of this comes back to us. So,
Dave,
yeah.
Dave
Wait,
with
are
the-
y'all getting paid?
I was gonna say Dave with the deep cuts.
No, we get paid for this show.
Yeah, we do.
We do. I can tell you how much as well, but
Have
Yeah,
you been
let's
getting
let's leave
voice
that.
of
Let's leave that for
Maria?
later, maybe.
yeah,
That was
probably
funny.
when there's like a union dispute.
I accidentally ruined our overlay for 1 second there, but it's fixed. It's fixed now. I'm sorry,
Oh,
everyone.
thank you.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it, so that was impressive.
Great, good.
I'm not looking at the stream. I haven't looked at the stream. I look at the chat. Yeah, that was a little more structured than normal after we got past the first bit, which was fantastic. But we still got like 15 minutes to fill with like stuff. Has anyone been up to anything cool this week that I want to like talk about?
I attended a wedding on Zoom this week.
Ooh,
How was
Yeah.
that?
on Zoom.
Yeah, on Zoom. Yeah. So my partner's brother was getting married, and they're across the country, and we're not gonna get on a plane at the moment, right? So what they done is they were like, well, we're not going to change the date of the wedding because we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to invite everybody to a Zoom call and then just have our wedding over Zoom. So they just like, there's a couple of people in like a garden, you know, in somebody's backyard or whatever, and an officiator and stuff. And then everybody else was on Zoom on mute watching the like proceeding live. It was very surreal.
That's quite cute.
But also like pretty cool. Like these things are still happening, you know, even with like all the grossness in the universe.
I could totally imagine if there wasn't a forced mute on that, like someone's weird uncle just kind of mouth breathing into the microphone.
Well, and that's why there was a forced mute, right? Because there's a bunch of older people who don't know how any of this works, who are just like, you know, gonna yell stuff over their microphones if you don't do that. So. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I object. Who was that? Sorry, I didn't see the window.
I didn't see the window. But yeah, so that was the weird thing that I did this past week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's very cool. I just want to jump in because I saw people asking in chat. My audio is probably going to be a bit weird this session because it is so hot in England. I'm not turning my fan off.
Yeah.
I refuse. So sorry about that.
Take care of your corporeal form by making sure it stays cool.
You're not sorry, and I appreciate that. Like, nah.
Yeah, no.
Your comfort is.
This is something we don't apologize for. Personal comfort is it? No.
Yeah, your comfort is paramount, Dave. It's all good.
I'm wearing a headband. Try and stop sweat trickling down into my eyes and to read stuff.
I legit thought it was just fashion.
Yeah, right?
It does look real good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's nice.
You're just one little like hidden leaf symbol away from being on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
That's not going to make any sense to YouTube. And you're just going to have to try and find it on Twitter. I think it's already going to be the most famous tweet that has come out of the show.
Yeah.
Immediate regret. But also I'm very proud.
So you should be. And to answer the other question, for folks who are joining us but didn't kind of see last episode, our friend Lauren got an awesome new job, but it is a full-time job, and it's also with Wizards. So there was some stuff, and she went and did that, and that's super awesome. So that's where she is. But we have Gabe now, and Gabe is awesome, and we had like a it was about an hour chat about just like game design projects and which anime we were both drawing from. Yeah. It was crazy. Talking about your homebrew thing. And I was just like,
oh yeah.
I've wrote that exact same thing. One thing's changed. Awesome.
And we based it off of very similar but still slightly different anime or manga. Yeah. And then we just talked about those for another like 10-15 minutes.
Nerds.
Please share with the children what were the references.
I love nerds.
No, it's not ready yet.
It's not okay.
Rude.
It's not ready yet.
If it's Oran High School Host Club, you have to tell me or it's in trouble.
No, it is definitely not. It's like almost gothic Victorian stuff.
Also, Abria,
I read that. Yeah.
Respect.
Thank you. I was the only one here that understands me.
But seriously, where is the Powered by the Apocalypse or Oran Host Club? Like.
Oh my gosh, that would be Blades in the Dark Host Club.
Like, come on.
Hosts in the Dark.
But anyway, we should probably.
I read that fanfic.
Should probably move on from that. What has anybody else done anything cool this week? As Dave was saying,
Abria and I took part in a charity stream for the longest day for ending Alzheimer's with the show. It was a lot of fun. You ran a game, didn't you, Abria?
This is the place I get to go to not run a game. It's very nice.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. It was very cool. I ran a little homebrew module called The Palace of the Shattered Moon.
That sounds awesome.
What system did you run it on?
I have no
Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. Cool. The only one I know how to run.
Wait.
The only role-playing game and the best role-playing game.
There you go.
Yeah, we reasserted.
We've now fulfilled our contractual obligation.
Reasserted dominance. Yeah.
Now will you pay me?
Freya, what are you looking for?
You gotta send an invoice.
Is that how you send invoices? Will you pay me now?
You just yell into the sky. Yeah.
Something voice. I thought it would work. That's on me.
Something.
Every other Sunday with a bunch of my friends on Zoom, not just on Zoom, but just in general, we do what is called rom-com brunch, where we watch like romantic comedies together, and then in between films we like have like a Zoom meet where we just chill and eat breakfast. And like this weekend we did an Audrey Hepburn double feature. We did Charade and How to Steal a Million. And I want to know who gave Audrey Hepburn the fucking right to be so iconic. Like
Charade is one of my favorite movies. It's so good.
Who told her she could be so amazing? And her fashion, like the fact that she gets her own designers for every single film that she's in, like just has somebody like a designer who's on her wardrobe for every single film she's in. And I'm just like, where can I get these coats though? Like, how do I get my hand on those tights? Like, come on now. Her fashion.
Tell you what, I was searching for something this week, clothes-wise. I felt like, and I can't remember why I was thinking about it, but I really wanted a Hawaiian shirt that Master Roshi wears in Dragon Ball, and you can't find it anywhere. It's only part of costumes and like really crap quality. Someone find it for me and link it to me on Twitter, because I really want that as a shirt.
Make Dave's fashion dreams come true.
I will admit, Aki, that I've never seen either of the films you mentioned.
I've never seen either of them either, but yeah. Like I'm realizing now how like since quarantine started, I think I've seen 3 or 4 Audrey Hepburn films and realized, wow, there's a lot of her filmography I just never seen, and she's stunning.
I just assume
all of them.
I just assume from our pregame chats, these pregame chats that we have, that you know lots about movies, because there's always a movie in there somewhere.
I watch at least 4 or 5 new movies a week.
Sweet.
I
was right then. I was right to come to you.
I watch there's the rom-com Sundays that happens every other Sunday. That's 2 films, and then Tuesday nights we do film watch-alongs, and then there's Saturday Spy Day. Where we watch a spy film. So yeah, and sometimes if I'm not filming on Thursdays, there's another movie day that day too. So it can be anywhere between 4 to 6 films a week.
Oh, nice.
That I've never seen before, and that's been for the last 4 months.
Wow.
So yeah, I have consumed like over 100 films at this point that I had never seen before, and it's been pretty cool.
Nice.
That is pretty.
But everyone go see Charade. It's very, very good. It's got the full like Saul Bass, like 60s iconic opening. Everyone does a really good job acting, and it's a little silly, and it's a little heisty, and it's a little like aesthetic, and it's just very good.
I don't think anybody gives Audrey enough credit for her her comedy chops are just impeccable.
Yeah,
it's really, really good.
She does Doe-Eyed Straight Man very well.
Yep, really, really good. And
so do you apparently, Bria.
How to Steal a Million features a very young and very good-looking. He's very famous, and for some reason,
no.
Name. Oh gosh, this is why we have the internet.
Hi, Gabe. We play very little D&D here.
We do actually play. Peter O'Toole.
Ah.
Oh, he's very handsome. Anyways, that's me. I'm done.
Well done.
Thank you. Well done. Good job. You watched the movie. Very culture. All right. It feels like the momentum's died down on that a little bit. So I guess maybe we'll do some of that Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Maybe.
It's possible.
Someone said that Ernie is Sakura, Bird is Sasuke, Elmo is Naruto, and Big Bird is Kakashi. All right, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Love it.
No, respect.
I'm really looking forward to
the Bert and Ernie Naruto Sasuke combo is definitely, it speaks to my inner like 16-year-old Naruto fan
Alright.
who is really into that pairing. Just saying.
I had too much of an anime crush on Kakashi to like feel good about the Big Bird thing, but like it's probably right.
You're wearing a lion onesie. You don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right, I just want to add one because I was going to tweet it, then I didn't. But I think Animal is Rock Lee, and my brain is just going to places with this, and I'm very excited.
Elmo is Gara.
Yeah, legit.
Elmo is Gara!
Yeah, we won't be explaining why this started. Again,
I can see Gabe's soul slowly leaving his body right now.
I started drawing like fan art in my brain.
Elmo looking all like eyelinered up with like the little symbol and the big
it would have
gourd.
to be I love you on the side.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't just want to see Chicago.
Nope. Goodbye, everybody. This has been
That's it. That's
a
it.
lot of fun for me.
That's the show.
So glad I could be here for this.
Gara versus Rock Lee, but Elmo versus Animal is legit.
The best part is I want that like anime music video, like, but
yeah.
Like, give me the AMV of this, please, and thank you.
I just need to know if there's room anywhere in this for the Swedish Chef, because
I'm trying to think. Okay, who is the Naruto Swedish Chef?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Tamari, and I don't have a good reason for why.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
that's nothing. But sure.
I kind of want to say Zabuza.
Zabuza. I mean,
there makes a big impact. Everyone remembers, and then
gone forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And metaphorically, I agree with you, Dave. I don't know if I can imagine the Swedish Chef with like that big sword, but you know, I'm.
That was where I started.
I mean, he's just chopping vegetables.
Less that we have assumed that the rest of like chat is nerdy enough to also be very into anime, because these are the deepest cuts.
Just so you all know, I feel like I have to contextualize some of this because we've been going too long for it to be without context. This is from a tweet that Gabe made that was Sesame Street is just Naruto or something to that effect. And Gabe was gonna write an essay about it apparently. So
I guess I kind of have to. This is how I ended up making a game.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Societal pressure to like follow through on a goof. Games. Do you want a game? That's how you get a game.
Now I'm just thinking of a small game called something like Ninjas versus Puppets or something. You know, like you have two stats.
Put that curse on me.
You have two stats. One is ninja and one is puppet, and you can only have so much of each. And if you overbalance one or the other, then the game's over.
Yeah, we're playing lasers and feelings, but puppets and ninjas,
there you go.
and there's nothing wrong here.
There you go.
Nothing. This is a perfect one-page RPG. All right, tell us a word. Paint us a word picture, Dave. Take it away.
Yeah, please go. Take this away from me.
Okay, fantastic. We got some things. The thing I forgot this week was opening my notes. Let me just do that real quick. Google Drive. Lost Mines campaign notes. Episode 9. Thank you all for listening to me go through my files. Oh. Let's see. Last time, party was able to upend the forces of darkness, both metaphorically and literally, to defeat Hammond Cost, the Red Wizard. Unfortunately, this was only a setback, as he returned as a necromantically powered ghoul, who the party defeated handily, and managed to capture the life essence, or the unlife essence, that they were after. Following this, they followed a lead, a secret spy lead, in fact, to see the Banshee Agatha. However, it was not a pleasant trip, as the party was plagued by, that's a typo, dark omens of things that might come to pass. Upon waking, the single question that they had earned through the giving of a silver comb of some significance was used by Tink to start her own dragon slaying quest. And that's pretty much where we got to. Tink's off on a mission of half vengeance, half opportunistic dragon slaying. There was a slight cameo from some of her and my other characters because I'm terrible like that. And the party ended up back in the town of Coneybury. And that's where we're going to start off. Because as you get back to the town, after having seen Tink off down the tribal trail, it doesn't take long for you to notice something's different about the town. As you walk, perhaps you can feel it due to the absence of the tangible cold and despair of Agatha's hut. But perhaps there's something more, as you can feel a warmth beneath your feet. You look around and you see where before there were charred remains of buildings, the ground has been flattened somewhat, and you begin to see small sprouts of green growing up through the ashes. So, what are you going to do?
Was it like this before we came here? This looks different.
I don't remember. Can I do like a nature or arcana check to see what's going on?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
while she's doing that, can I do a perception check?
Yes, please do.
Ha! I forgot. It's roll 20. Nothing. I rolled a nothing.
Yeah, that's a 7 for those listening in. And
That's
a
a
10 from Pasha. So, yes, I mean, thinking about it between yourselves and shaking off some of the lingering emotions from both that terrible night and then the tearful goodbye, you do recognize that this is a change. This is a. Perhaps you're not sort of sure what's going on, but it definitely wasn't like this before. And what you do see with that perception check is that these kind of sprouts of green have been placed deliberately. This isn't a random magical effect that has occurred. Shut up, Cars. Talking. Sorry, the window's also open because, again, it's so hot. I'm really sorry. Yeah, someone has clearly done something here. And the warmth beneath your feet would probably indicate that there's some lingering magical effect because, that's not normal either.
That's very interesting. Do I see anything or anyone around?
Yeah, it's not quite totally flat at the moment, but there does seem to be almost a path of this beginning of growth leading through the town.
All right. I look at Witka. Do you mind if I do a quick scout ahead, see what I find?
Of course. Be careful.
I will. I'll be right back. And I would like to do a sneak.
Yeah, for sure. See how sneaky you are as you follow this trail.
I'm pretty sneaky.
Always better to risk one sneak rather than two, so I'll stay back.
12. So, as you follow this around a few remaining bricks and buildings, in fact, I think we swap perspectives here because this character would notice a sneak that high. Mechanics. There you go, following the storytelling. Gabe, why don't you describe what your character is doing at the moment?
As he finds wood, he'll conjure a flame in his hands and then burn it down to an ash and then spread the ashes across the ground. And every now and then he'll reach into his little satchel and pull out a seed and then place it under the ground. And then druid craft a little bit to make a tiny sprout.
Yeah. And as you're kind of getting up from kneeling and planting another of these sprouts, you notice you're not alone anymore. You can hear someone is approaching.
And then there'll just be like probably a little terrifying in hindsight if you haven't seen a snake person smile, but like a wide, genuine grin, and then like a little like flick of his tongue as he stands up and not as tall, but he is, I think it was 5'10", so a fairly tall, slender, snake and man like figure stands and then just turns to look at the new arrival.
Pasha is, a bugbear. They're 7'9". They're pretty tall. Uh, but they kind of stop when they see the snake man and kind of tilt their head to one side. Uh, hi. Uh,
Aloha.
uh, uh, I we noticed back in town the ashes and the plants, and we didn't recognize it. So I snuck ahead to see what was going on, and I found you. Hi.
Yes, the acidity in the soil was a bit too high, and the ash of wood helps to balance that out so that certain
Oh,
plants can grow.
oh. Are you some kind of farmer?
I'm more of a caretaker.
Caretaker. Oh,
Yes.
I get that. I'm I guess a bit of a caretaker too, just in a different way. Uh, I'm Pasha. What's your name?
I am Basil. And looking at Basil, you see brown and green snakeskin pattern around in like patches of like neck, shoulder, arms, and legs. Long black hair that's curled and twisted, draping down his shoulders. The yellow snake slit eyes, but a kindness in them. A soft nose and a little bulbous. There is a spear at his back, and on the palm of his hand, you do see what looks to be like a white tattoo of a flame. And on each of his fingers, as he was like waving and moving around, there's words written on each finger.
That's pretty cool. Uh, do you need any help or anything? You're all by yourself out here, and there's there's stuff in these woods. It's not really safe to be out by yourself.
I'm not alone.
Speaking,
Oh, I am never alone. I have my salamander with me.
Salamander?
Yes.
Uh,
As you ask, the symbol in his hand starts to grow a little bit, and then almost as if like flame is curling around his wrist, and then a ball of flame appears in his hand, and then it bursts, and there's a small flaming dragon-like figure hovering above his hand,
oh, well,
made entirely of fire.
that's cool. What's your salamander's name?
Salamander.
Oh, hello, salamander. I'm Pasha. Uh, hmm, uh, I left my friends back there. We were just finishing something up. Uh, if you want to, I can introduce them to you or you to them. I'm sure they're going to be wondering now where I am. I've been talking to you for a little while now.
Sure.
Smash
Be
cut.
honored.
I just imagine the smash cut to Vidka and Karasu standing like back up the path, going like, I wonder what's taking Pasha so long.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if they like, I don't know, maybe they saw a very nice rock that reminded them of Tink. We should let them have some more time.
privacy.
Aw.
Privacy.
Yeah,
It's important. It's important.
Yeah, they need to grow and become like confident in being on their own.
Smash cut back again.
Yeah, so I think heading back just a little way around the path, Pasha, you get back to everybody else. You were very, very polite in person, but kind of what do you end up telling the party?
Oh, so I met someone. Uh,
That was fast.
I mean, he looks very nice and very friendly. He's the reason why there's ash and new plants all over the ground, and he can make fire with his hand. Pretty cool. He has like a fire salamander that he makes called salamander. When he was telling me about the acidity in the soil and how it needs, yeah. Anyways, he's up the path if you want to meet him. And he seemed perfectly nice. He has a spear though, so maybe he was just pretending to be nice and might attack us and kill us. But uh, he's all by himself, and it's three against one if he does try something.
Yeah, it doesn't feel smart to one not attack the individual from the group, like wait for the group to bring more. Yeah, I mean, or maybe they'll attack. I don't know.
I
Sure.
think my instinct tells me that he's probably okay. I didn't get weird vibes off of him. I feel like I'm a pretty decent judge of character.
I mean, he sounds like a druid, so I feel like I've made my like weird indifference to druids pretty well known. So let's go.
Oh, okay.
Karasi just nods in agreement silently.
So this ragtag team appears round the corner of the bugbear that you've met before,
Mhm.
a leonin, a winged leonin, in fact, an even rarer sub-ancestry, and then probably standing, leaning up somehow against one of the brick walls is a Shadakai, edgily edging over him.
So sharp.
Thanks, Dave. Perfect.
I mean, that's probably what people would see coming up with the party at the first time.
Hi, Basile. I'm back with my friends. This is Vitka, and that person over there is Karasu, and everyone, this is Basile.
Hello. And it probably hasn't been enough time, so the little salamander will like climb up my shoulder and then like pop its flaming head out, and then just the.
Well, I love that.
Yup. Didn't realize we were gonna get a cute noise.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I'll just have it fly over to Vitka and fly around Vitka's head.
I'm charmed. This is great. Hi. Oh my god, I love so much. Is it hot?
Yes, it will be
Ow.
hot if you.
Fine.
You're not supposed to touch
I didn't
fire.
know.
Okay.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Karasi like walks over, so she's a more appropriate distance to have this conversation rather than lurking edgily on the periphery. And says like, nice to meet you, I suppose. What are you doing around here?
I've been. There was a blight near my home. Well, I'm more of a nomad, but there is a blight And so I've been making my way and returning things to ash as I find them. And I found my way here. Very abandoned, and the soil, it seemed sad.
Well, there's plenty wrong going on currently. Though I don't know about a blight.
Well, plants were infected, and I suppose it is trying to avoid a blight, so to speak.
You would know better than I'm sure. And she sort of turns to the other two and goes, "We're headed back to town, right? To go and see the druid with the light essence?"
Yeah, we need to get to the castle, and we have everything we need now, don't we? Or is there one thing that we're missing?
Witka is completely consumed with sort of purring at the salamander.
One thing that we're missing, is it? But
I think we still need one more thing, but I can't remember what it was because I haven't been taking very good notes.
Can I roll a Yeah. Can we roll
Doesn't
history checks to
matter.
remember?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to make it a roll, for sure.
There we go.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, as you take a second to think about it, some pieces fall into place. Not only do you remember what it is that you're looking for, you remember what kind of person was supposed to have it. Because you were looking for this special seed, an Elder Rowan tree. And Radoth had said there was another druid around who should have it in their possession.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were looking for another druid. Wait, you're a druid?
Yes.
To have an Elder Rowan seed on you.
And I just opened my satchel. An artichoke, a strawberry,
I kind of want the strawberry. I'm not going to take it.
arugula.
Ooh, okay.
I have no elderberry seed, no.
No.
Elder Rowan?
Oh, wait, let me check.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, druids. That's fine. Do you know where we could find either the druid that may have it or one ourselves? I love salamanders so much. This is great. You're so cute.
What I know, Dave, I'm gonna call Salamander back and have him sit in my head.
So,
Karasu gives you like the lightest like smack, like stop touching it.
Yeah. She just gives like the low like after it.
Such a cat.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Satisfaction brought it back. Or Vivify, I don't know.
Either one. There's options.
yeah, so you would, I think, realize also that the cart that you were bringing with you, you were told that there was a magic item with it that you needed to transport up the path to help with the regenerative efforts of parts of the forest a little bit further on.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that was the kind of lead into whether or not you wanted to inform them of what little bit of misfortune befell you before you met them.
Probably. They seem friendly, and it's not that he's lazy, but he doesn't really have many friends other than a flaming salamander that doesn't really talk back.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
By the way, when Witka sees like the white like tattoo sigil on Basil's hand, can I do a check just to do like a general like, is this an affiliation or is it like something personal for casting?
I'll just say it's just something that he personally did.
Okay. I think she's still a little like kind of as a nod to her background, just
Mm.
is always very curious about the insignias that people are willing to show on themselves.
Yeah, there might be a little bit for the rest of you as well. A slight disconnect, maybe specifically for Pasha, with your only other experience of a druid, per se, being the very kind of traditional, old, a little bit stuffy Radoth. And this druid seems very, very different.
He's really chill. I like him. I also have a cat screaming at me. Be right back.
Not your old man's druid.
Rude. My name is Witka.
I almost said something, and I'm glad you said it yourself.
Yeah.
So, everything has been all right for you on these roads then?
For the most part, yes. It's been actually very quiet.
I'll slightly retcon that for you.
Go for it.
Because, yeah. Unfortunately, as you were doing, you mentioned the blight that you were beginning to notice.
Mm-hmm.
As you performed one of your rituals to kind of get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
while you were distracted, unfortunately, said cart was borrowed by another group.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I
No,
wasn't
it's fine.
sure what we talked about in the pre-stuff. And
Look,
Got
if you
the
have
mixed up.
if you have a story in your head, it makes my life easier. I trust your judgment.
Sure, yes. So the thing that you were supposed to be transporting, unfortunately, you are no longer.
So it was good for the most part until someone borrowed a cart of mine.
Borrowed. I'm assuming you mean that euphemistically.
We've
I
noticed a lot of cart borrowing lately.
I,
Not
I
in
mean,
a good way.
I assume they'll bring it back when they're done. I hope.
It didn't happen to have the seed we're looking for on it, did it?
Possibly.
Then we have to find it. Like, we can't just wait for it to come back.
Yeah.
What a sweet snack.
We'll help you though.
I would appreciate that very much, actually. Why do you need the seed?
Oh,
Never
we're-
mind.
I mean, it's not really a secret, I guess. There's something we're trying to find, and we're having a little bit of difficulty because of some really weird. Is it an enchantment? An enchantment of some kind, and there's a ritual that we need to do to get rid of the enchantment, but we need the seed for it.
Mm. Do you know where to look?
Well, where was the last place you saw your cart? It's probably the best place to start.
Where was the last place I saw my cart, Dave?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You would have been following the tracks that you found for it, and they would have left. You would be following them through this village because they seem to be continuing on north, kind of northeast, as the trail goes.
Oh, okay. So we could follow where we are now further in.
Yeah. I imagined as you were heading up, you kind of got sidetracked a little bit. It
That
got
makes sense.
taken, but fortunately, carts leave tracks, and as you were heading up, again, maybe this distractibility to pursue more worthwhile, in your opinion, goals of rejuvenating the areas has slowed your
Honestly,
tracking a little bit.
that's both Basil and Gabe, so that checks out.
Yeah, so you should have tracks to follow out of here as well.
And then I'll just like point towards the tracks. It looks like your seed and my cart may be down that way then.
Well, then let's head that way. If we hurry, we might be able to catch them.
Agreed.
And as we start going, like Pasha's going to hang back just a little bit with Witka, and just be like, new friend, yay, new friend.
Yes, Yes, he seems to be a very good new friend. I'm a little worried.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm just imagining while this like very gentle conversation is happening about like, yay, new friend. Karasu is busy like grilling Basile about what the cart looks like and like how long ago it happened and like all business, like straight to the point kind of stuff.
His answers probably aren't good. Like, I painted a small tomato on it. But it's on the bottom and inside of the wheel, so it's a secret that only you, I, and Salamander know about now.
Right. Like
secret tomato. Yeah, I don't know if you know exactly how hilarious it is that it's specifically a tomato, considering the last cart that we got stolen was full of Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The secret sauce.
It wasn't Heinz ketchup. It was Rock Seeker brand.
Totally legit.
Identical ketchup.
Yeah.
So this is even better that we just remain on the theme of tomatoes and carts. It's just the best thing.
Slightly serendipitous.
I
And
will
in
be a
fact,
tomatomancer.
might be related
Tomato.
somehow. Stumbled into that being part of a larger thing, which I think everybody's kind of getting the gist that there might be.
Why are you worried, Vika?
No, I can't tell if the seal is distractible or deceptive. And I know a little bit about playing safe.
Hmm.
We'll
I
see.
don't know. I guess it's smart for at least one of us to be suspicious. I'm glad it's you, because at least if you're right about it, you won't be mean.
This is intentionally quiet, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You can try to overhear it if you want. That's
Yeah, I feel like while that's happening, we're probably talking about whatever this cart stuff. So
Yeah, he's not paying attention. It was just gonna be he makes bad choices.
I just-
Salamander's probably distracted by you again.
I just realized, Gabe, that I haven't described my character, and that maybe that would be helpful. Would that
Yes,
be?
please.
So Karasu is like a Shatterkai, very pale, white hair, long, tied back. And she's about the same height as Basile, I think, like 5'10". And she's very dour looking, very serious, with like dark robes, like monk robes. And one of her arms is in like a sling in front of her. This is like probably the distinguishing thing. And she's got a spear.
See, we have spears. We get along.
Spears.
This is all I care about.
Spear friends.
Spear
Yep,
reps.
spear friends.
Yeah, so Karasu, as you're heading up the front and walking with Basile, you notice more than he does about these tracks. And it's fairly obvious to you, even if maybe you don't know the kind of exact numbers, alongside these cart tracks are very deep and large footprints.
Oh.
And a significant number at that.
Can I determine what they would be the footprints of?
Yes,
with
you
a
could certainly
roll?
try.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What sort of roll do you want, Dave?
Survival probably. We've designated survival as tracking.
Fair enough. There it is. I got a 14.
14. Yeah. So you don't get the whole like look at it 3 inches deep is somebody this tall, blah 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 that they do in
Yeah, I
like
don't
shows or
straight Aragorn this survival check. No.
but you do looks like quite heavy creatures and definitely armored as well, and humanoid. They're all kind of walking on 2 legs.
So I think while I'm sort of like looking at this, I turn to Basile and I go, do you know any reason that heavily armed, maybe bugbears or ogres or something, would want whatever was in your cart?
Maybe they're hungry.
Ah, I see. A lot of food in the cart?
I have seeds. Seeds is how do you make food?
I don't think they've thought it through that far.
So, as a little bit of extra background knowledge, Basil, you would,
Mhm.
you have your own stuff for this
Mhm.
journey, but you were also asked to take a couple of things,
Mhm.
and they said it would be better if you don't look at what they are,
Yeah, cool. He absolutely
in
would not
case
have.
anybody like reads your mind, sort of deal. That's the
Honestly, it's even worse because since Karasu asked, because Karasu asked about anything that I had in the cart, right? And so I answered about what I had in the
That's
cart.
true. Yeah, I did. Yep. Yep. So I think just keep following the tracks, as far as I'm aware, Dave.
Sure. Well, let's move on back to the map of the Smoker.
The map.
You know what? I'm gonna lean into Karasu. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
There was something else in the cart.
And what was that?
I don't know. They told me not to look.
Ah.
I keep my word.
No, that's respectable, but that does mean that it could be something that's worth stealing.
Yeah, but my seeds are better
How can you know when you don't know what it is?
because you can eat seeds. Oh wait. Oh my God. So it could be food. And then you see him go into like a deep thought, and his tongue is like.
Kind of as this happens, you're heading a little ways east of Thornberry. The trail leaves the road and begins to head south into those foothills that you found the old owl well in.
Well, this is at least looking familiar.
So Basil, and it's very clear. He's definitely mimicking Karasu because he feels like she's in charge.
Yeah, we all do that. Congratulations, you're part of the group.
You found the secret game.
Karasu definitely has some of that like veteran adventurer, I'm not putting up with any shit vibe.
Yeah, you get the vibe that in the same way that I imagine kind of must be the case in a world that works the way that it does. She has like the depth of experience that sets her apart from maybe the rest of the group.
Because
Maybe
she
at
has
some
a
point she's a higher level.
she has a spear.
That's huge.
She was doing tracking.
Yep.
She's asking like questions and being not even interrogating, but like thinking things through. And he's like, "Oh, I just wanted a cart that had my tomato on it." But I guess the other stuff is important too.
Yeah.
And then everyone else in the back talking about friends, and the lion is nice and also burned herself twice.
There was a third time when thought.
What's really I'm glad that all came across, Gabe, because the backstory is that she got injured and like lost levels, but she was actually like a really high level adventurer at one point. Yeah.
Level drain from a lich.
Meanwhile, Pasha is Pasha's very obviously green, just green and welcoming and just wants to make friends.
Yeah.
What with a big magic hammer?
They're a care bugbear.
So
with a hammer. Yeah.
So the tracks head further up into the hills, Dave?
Yes, they do. And I think probably because I don't want to, it's been a few weeks since this hint was dropped, I guess. It probably occurs to one of you in the group. I'm not sure who's the most. Oh, here's our guest player. Alexa, stop. Thank you.
Don't forget to take your meds, everybody.
I forgot to say we have a guest player who turns up every week and reminds me to take my meds.
That's amazing.
She's great.
She's very helpful, but
appreciate her because she does her job.
She sure does. Right. I got a sweet box. Look at this. Wow. I'm at that point where there's so many I have to have a little box. It feels weird. But yes, if you remember, it was said by a couple of people in town, probably most recently from Darren, mentioned that there was a group of raiders up the path who had been causing a bit more trouble than
Oh
the
yeah.
goblins. The goblins were a little opportunistic, but there was a significant problem that I guess the rest of the town and stuff was aware of before the more recent stuff that you got roped into.
This is like an older problem, right?
Yeah, been going on for a few years.
Yeah.
So you maybe put those together at some point as you're heading up into the foothills of.
I think there's probably a little conversation between the whole group that's something like, make sure to keep your wits about you as we move into the foothills. No idea what could be lurking. And if it's anything I could guess from the size and shape of those footprints, it could be the orcs we've heard so much about.
As you think about that, sorry, please go ahead.
No, you're good. That's it.
As you're looking a little bit closer and examining a little bit more, you begin to notice that the footprints are fairly ordered, and probably get the sense, being so worldly between yourself and Whitaker, that these people are, instead of just wandering through the foothills, in fact marching. They seem, at least to a certain degree, trained.
Oh no, Dave, are they marching in single file to hide their numbers?
They are not. No, nobody is carrying the cart or Jesus or something. I don't remember how that goes.
Oh, the footprints. Yeah, that's how you know that the orcs carried you.
Yes. There were many references that made sense in my head, but are probably for a lot of the.
I'm with you. It was a good reference. Do not apologize.
All right, yeah. Trained, perhaps very dangerous soldiers. So keep your eye out.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Do we know what they want with the cart? Like, this is the point at which Witka kind of breaks from the side conversation, and it's just, what was in the cart? What could they have possibly sent soldiers to retrieve?
Well, other than the seed, we don't know. I looked at Basile like, we don't know, right?
Genuinely not sure. I wasn't the only one using the cart. I was, think of me like a back horse. And someone took my cargo. And I did not look in the bags and say, oh, look, there is mice in the bag. I don't know. I just picked something.
Mice seems reasonable to me.
Not gold or gems?
Magic mice.
Oh,
no.
Maybe, who knows what they were transporting.
I would like to delete this character and come back as a magic mouse, please.
Sure, we'll just ramp up the difficulty of the next encounter. No worries. Good.
It's just everybody get ready for the TPK because we're all coming back as Basile's magic mice.
Oh god.
Surprise, it's a red ball game now. Let's go.
Yeah. It's probably less about what there was, more that he was in the area in which they operate.
So just wrong place, wrong time?
I think so.
That sucks. That's okay. That's okay, though. We're going to get your cart back, and we're going to get your seeds back.
Easily solved. Remember,
Exactly.
First step, ask nicely.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I should teach you the song. And Pasha proceeds to teach Basile a song about if you ever meet a zombie, be polite. And I'll sing it for you at some other time, Gabe.
And
But
he's like doing that like that snake thing where they're like,
yep, that's it. That's it
He
right there.
notices this and gets very excited. Like, I'm gonna make him dance.
Looks at a flute in your backpack.
Yeah,
Hmm.
not yet, but soon. And closes it back down.
Yeah. So I think because it's actually quite a significant distance before you get to where you are going to, there needs to be a camp on the way in the foothills. You're aware of kind of where you are. You can, in fact, see, probably, if you go up on one of the more elevated position, the tower that you were at before, off to the west. A decent distance away, and maybe the zombies are still trapped in the tower. What? Something might happen there at some point to some unfortunate people, but you're far away enough that you would see zombies shambling accidentally in your direction.
You've got to leave stuff for other adventurers. It's like geocaching, but with undead.
you know, just like normally mentioning bring up zombies internally, Basil's probably like very confused and a little concerned, but probably thinks it's a joke, so he's just going along with it. Oh yeah, it's funny.
It better be a joke, because otherwise you've left these horrific perversions to nature and the natural order just wandering around.
Yes. And I have fire. I was like, oh, that's a good song. It's funny. I like mythical songs, fantasy songs.
Wait, no, let me be very clear. There were zombies over there, but we left them inside a tower because it was kind of a lot to deal with.
We had to fight an undead ghoul, and it was kind of intense. And we were trying to get life essence, and we essentially had trapped the zombies in the tower, and they're real dumb. So they're probably not going to be able to find their way out.
Karasi like holds up her hand like, can we, hello? Can we have a current issue?
Yeah, I just wanted to try radical candor and see if it triggered anything. And she just looks very like intently.
Not to mention, without the necromancer that actually cast the spell, all of those zombies will disintegrate within the next day or so.
He kind of like twinges a little bit when you say necromancer.
Don't worry, we tipped him into a well.
Oh, we've got his essence in here. And she pulls out the jar.
It's a jar of essence.
Kind of like tries to push it back in the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, you recognize a jar like this. You know, through your kind of druidic training, that this is something that interfaces with life essence. So they probably do have some kind of necromancer's soul in there, especially since the runes are active on the outside. Pretty weird.
Are you all dangerous?
Only to bad people.
Okay.
We want to do what is right. We're going to this castle because there's somebody there who has been a menace to, well, my hometown, and also to other parts unknown. And we're trying to have you ever heard of the wizard Glassstaff?
No, I've not.
Well, he's been doing terrible things in my hometown and making things very difficult for my family, my friends, and my fellow man. So we're doing something about it.
Does he have a glass staff?
I think so.
Probably. We don't know. We've never seen him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't see him. You managed to get away. I forgot.
No idea.
We have to assume so, but we don't know.
But then it should be easy to break.
Everything else around here is named after stuff that makes no sense.
Very true.
We should keep going. We should keep going. Immediately after you say that.
Yeah, so I wanted to give kind of the opportunity with the camping and stuff, if there's stuff people want to do or conversations they want to have. But otherwise, you know, the travel's going to be fine. There's enough stuff in the adventure that we don't need to random tables until we're in certain places.
Can I look for a snake?
Yes.
Don't laugh at me.
No way, that was the greatest sentence. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
What would you like me to do for finding a snake?
I believe, if you are willing to do so,
It's an investigation check.
Why are you like this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I'd say
Bria.
it might be survival.
And here I thought it might be perception.
Everyone can play this game.
It could be animal friendship.
Those all sound so
Acrobat.
good to me.
This is gonna be a problem, y'all.
I'm gonna do survival.
Yeah, I was just looking over on the spell sheet because
Oh,
I
yeah.
noticed you didn't have your circle spells on there, but I think you have prepared locate animals or plants as a second level spell.
You're right. Oh, I'm just gonna do that. Wow, I'm glad you know my character, Dave.
Welcome. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. I'm just gonna no. I'm gonna look for it first.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for it first to see if I can do it on my own, because then he can feel like he's showing off. If he fails, then he's gonna use magic.
I mean, it's a pretty cool spell in itself, but I understand.
That's a net 20 for a
okay.
25.
Yeah.
Is that your first roll of the campaign?
Yo,
Good
welcome to
start.
Lost
Just
Mine of Phandelver, game.
Straight critting it off the bat.
We love to see it.
Fantastic.
Yo.
Yeah, so you take a look around and very quickly kind of smell on the air, I guess, the presence of a small, I don't know what the collective noun for a group of snakes is.
Serpents.
Bundle.
What?
Yeah, no, I meant that kind of one.
A
like
bunch of danger noodles.
Yeah.
a broth of danger noodles.
Yes.
Yeah, you find a group of them living within kind of a small hollowed out area at a burrow in that.
So I'll pull out a couple rations, and as a Yanti, since I'm able to speak to snakes, I'm gonna ask if they've had to deal with any disturbances in the area.
Fantastic. That's a great idea. Yeah, so the snakes, the one that you're speaking to, in fact, because one kind of comes out and the rest have retreated, says to you, I will consult with the elder. And slithers back in. And then out comes this like huge, probably like 3 or 4 foot long snake. And you can see through the patterning and the condition of the skin. This snake is very old. Like very old, also relatively.
Yeah.
So you get the sense that this is a creature which is not typical of the breed. This snake's probably been around, you'd guess, a couple of 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely that sense of it being a significant and maybe magical in nature creature.
Okay.
So yeah, as it begins to speak to you, I guess what passes as a deep snake voice, and kind of slow, but with intent behind the eyes. Says, yes. Recently, within the last few years, interlopers disturbed us, set up camp, drove some of my children away from a cave up ahead that the legged ones called once Wyvern Tor. That is where they are based. We would be grateful if you removed them for us.
And then there's like a soft bow and then into a kneel. You will have your home back very soon, I promise.
Yep.
Thank you.
Seems to be. I mean, he probably doesn't nod, but there's the affirmative body language of a snake.
And then I'll probably just give another like full portion of rations. May your children stay fed.
And I think actually with that, slides back in and returns with something for you.
Ooh.
No, actually, we'll leave it as a reward. The creature says, if you are able to do this for us, we have acquired over a long time and filled with our essence a gift.
I greatly anticipate it. I will return. Yeah. And then I'll stand up and walk back, and on my way back, I'm gonna just try to find some edible plant. Doesn't have to be tasty, just something that we can eat. And then I'll just come back to the camp. I found food.
It's very green.
Also, the people are in a cave called Wyvern Tor, I think, that snakes used to live in.
That twigs for you from being around here.
Oh, I know Wyvern Tor.
It's a place that parents would warn their children away from.
My mama used to tell me stories all the time about how that cave was haunted.
The snakes used to live there, and then two-legged people came and took their home, and now they're sad and live in a hole.
Yeah.
Well, cave is
you hadn't heard about snakes, but it's starting to make sense. Or it being named such, that it was an area in which many serpentine creatures, including perhaps some winged ones, once inhabited. The name might be a little bit close to the mark, and
this is one of those cases where the name actually means what it says. Wherein there used to be lots of like serpentine creatures that lived in these parts, like maybe even a couple of worms and dragons and wyverns. I don't know. I was not allowed to come out here because of snake and serpentine creatures.
Well, if it's currently inhabited by bandits, then we'll ask them politely to leave. And then
is that a metaphor?
Not initially.
No.
But
okay.
We generally at least try to be polite first go around, and then if they're jerks, we smash their faces in.
Oh, that was, you started here and then it ended here very quickly, but I could follow the progression, which I appreciate.
It can kind of go to 0 to 60 pretty quickly, and I've never even managed to get my cart to 60. So there you go.
Either way, appreciate the food. Rest up. We'll head on as soon as it's reasonable to do so.
Oh, and just so you know, like she tends to stare up, like open-eyed at the moon when she does her trance.
Karasu gives you like the dirtiest look, like
Wicca, literally takes like a band of like silk from across her arm, like you're gonna want to sleep with this over your eyes. It's off-putting.
If you accidentally wake up in the middle of the night, it can get a little. Anyways, good night.
It's cool. It's very cool.
It is very
terrifying.
Also, yes, very scary. All right, good night. I'm gonna eat my food, and then I'm gonna sleep. Unless you, I'll take first watch. I'm used to it, so I'll take first watch.
Karasu looks at Vasile and goes like, "You're probably confused. They're just being dramatic about how I meditate."
Are you a lycanthrope?
No.
Oh.
Wait, are you a lycanthrope?
No.
Wicca like scrambles away.
She's actually Never mind. Yeah, I'll take first watch, so that she can do her meditation.
It only takes 4 hours.
So that means you can take second watch.
Yes, it does. And the next one, actually, because I don't need to sleep. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll cover first shift. But thank you very much for the food.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. I just know it's edible.
I
didn't
bite
ask you,
it.
though.
It's not great.
It tastes kind of like really dry mint.
Oh, cool.
Like a chalky, yeah.
Yeah, she pulls it out and goes, okay, I'm going to make tea and then go to bed, and then turns it into like a very nice tea.
Aw.
Here you go. Don't bite it. Just don't bite it. Where's Salamander?
Salamander probably disappeared after he went into the woods.
Oh.
Yeah,
She like
I
very
think, an hour?
grumpily circles around her,
Yeah,
her
it lasted
pillows.
an hour.
Goes to bed.
Wait, does Vitka do the kneading before?
Yes! Nick,
sitting?
like Wicca makes biscuits before she goes to bed. Now that she has some pillows to like, and then just like pops on them and curls up.
Sounds right.
Mm. Very cute, very cute.
She scares me.
Right.
I don't trust her.
I'm great. What are you talking about?
Karasi spends the next 4
Yeah.
hours staring at the moon.
Ross is amazing.
I love it so much.
I don't think she even blinks a single time. Like,
Nope.
Not
think
even
that-
once.
Every now and again, Pasha gets distracted from their watch because they just kind of look at Karasu and she's like, she's really majestic, really creepy. And it's like,
In the story Wicca's writing of this experience, she has written like that meditation as like, it's not just weird that Karasi stares at the moon, but like there's a really strong feeling that the moon is staring back. And that's what's upsetting. Like,
Aw.
oh, nope, that's
the two
a
of them
conversation.
studying each other just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Gabe's not about it.
Nah,
Okay.
The moon should not stare back. That's when it's a
No.
problem.
Sure is. Yeah, okay. So you do manage to get a long rest. Where do you notice anything from here? No, probably not actually. So it's a fairly, safe. Maybe people here during their watches, very distant, wandering zombies, but That's about
Pasha does not wake up Basile or anyone else unless they actually see one get close.
absolutely. But no, they don't seem to. You don't see one. You just hear it kind of moaning zombie over the wind. I guess that's kind of the life of an adventurer, really, isn't it? Like,
I feel like if you are cool enough of an adventurer to hear the moaning of a zombie on the wind and just be like, you know what I mean? Then you know you're a good adventurer. Like you're at least
level 3.
you're at least a level 3 adventurer. Yeah, if you can hear in the distance the horrible moaning of zombies and just be like, this is just ambient nature noise. It's fine.
Cicadas, night birds, zombies.
Yeah.
Oh
Sounds
my!
amazing.
Lo-fi
Yes.
adventure hop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build this white noise scene to sleep to at night. Just like
You could have the soundtrack, and then the picture on the front is actually Karasi sat like in a school uniform, looking out the window. At the moon.
That'd be amazing.
Someone make that fan.
Oh
please.
no.
Please.
Wicca is the little cat that's curled up in the windowsill, not paying attention.
I love it. I love it so much. The moon has Gabe's face.
Make it all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that face, that one came.
This is perfect. I love it. Who's making this lo-fi thing for us? Who's doing it? Fans, we
You're
call
very
upon you.
All right.
Yeah,
So we get our long rest, Dave.
You get your long rest, so you can grab back all those
Yes.
hit points from those zombies. Actually, I guessed yesterday. You probably should have rested before then. You went like 20 miles, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's not super important.
Well, no, didn't we rest at Agatha's lair?
Yeah, we did.
That's right,
Yeah.
actually. So everybody should be topped
Yeah.
up. I just remember seeing the tokens weren't. So thank you. Forgotten about that.
But that was just us forgetting to do our own shit. That's not on you.
Whoopsie.
Pretty
It's
much.
fine. You would have had it back at the beginning of combat. You'd be like, oh, what did I take damage from? I'm like, eh. I forget. So, second day dawns up in these foothills, and you begin to make your way following these tracks a little bit.
To Wiventor.
Yeah.
Wiventor.
Again, the foothills begin to kind of get more steep. The ground is a lot more dry, so the tracks are a little bit harder to follow, but you kind of know where you're going now because this is a local landmark. And during that day, you do in fact reach reveal areas. It is directly south of the well, in fact. I was kind of surprised in looking at the adventure that the two don't. They intersect a little bit, but there's no mention. That's not true, actually. I'm totally wrong, and I forgot to do something, and it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Never mind. It's okay.
Yeah. So you begin getting to this area, and you're aware that it's. There's kind of a large flat rock. I guess Pride Rock from The Lion King, with like a large cave and space underneath it, which is where you expect it to be.
Cool.
And you come up around the side of it, and you see, I think from far enough away. Let me make a roll, actually. Make a roll real quick. Because you do see a lookout, and we will see whether they also see you.
Do we have the chance to try and stealth our way up to this? Since I'm fairly familiar with where it was, and I haven't been here before, but kind of got...
Sure, yeah, you're being very cautious on the way up there. And I think being the ones knowing that you're expecting something rather than being someone looking around to expect something from everywhere else, you have that little bit of advantage, and you do spot a sentry out front. It seems to be sat on like a little crate using as a stool, and kind of doing that thing of picking their nails with a little dagger to show that they are a tough NPC.
Yes, the classic.
Yeah, and it looks to be a half-orc man.
Yeah, I
kind of pretty decent gear, actually.
Respect. I think when Pasha sees the orc, they kind of like stop, and then with their very long arms, they kind of just do the everybody just get down kind of motion, like because obviously we need to decide how we want to approach this, like in a very quiet voice.
I think we have two choices. One, we approach the sentry openly and we ask to speak to whoever's in charge. Two, we
channel that very good Karen energy.
Two, we approach stealthily, take out the sentry, and then continue to do exactly that until we run into a fight where they see us, and then fight our way through.
Yeah, so I guess to give some context to that decision, you know that while to make the distinction between thieves and bandits, I guess, thieves will take things and leave. Bandits tend to kill, like, the people guarding stuff as well. So...
And these are characterized as bandits or thieves, Dave?
Yes, the stories would say that they have slain people before, and as such, going up there, you need either a big escort to be lucky or to find another way around. Just to kind of give context.
So
I don't want to say
it
will instantly start fighting, but
I'm interested in the context, like if we just like step back and talk about it out of game, sort of.
Yeah.
The way that it's being presented is, I'm not sure if you're trying to present they will be too tough to fight, or it would be better just to fight them.
No, you could still go for it, but just know that they are kind of inherently, as a group, fairly trigger happy. So conversations would have to go quite well.
Got it. Okay.
To avoid
I just wanted to make sure we were on the same wavelength, right?
Sure, absolutely. No, totally understand.
So back into character. I think, we take that moment to sort of discuss or whatever, and I look around for a consensus of like what people want to do, basically.
If we decide we want to talk, we probably should let Vitka do the talking. She has a good way with words.
Do we think we're going to be able to convince them? Because I don't like getting them a chance to, increase their numbers.
Honestly, I doubt it.
So a scout is the one who forewarns people of something they see.
Mm-hmm.
And if a scout sees enemies in the distance, they will warn the others and then most likely follow the scout.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to try to reduce their numbers? And if they do come back, they have to funnel to us rather than we to them?
I think that's probably advisable if we can sneak up on this sentry.
I don't even think we need to sneak. If the sentry sees us and then we disappear, they will follow the wrong thing.
Ah, you're thinking like a decoy, sort of.
Correct. Yes.
That's a very interesting idea. A bait and switch.
I like
it.
I like it.
Awesome. So I guess we'll see how that plan goes after taking a little bit of a break. So as you are waiting and watching stuff happen during the 5 minutes where we're going to go and sort ourselves out, look after your human bodies and stuff. We're going to take these meds or whatever. There is the giveaway from last session running again. So if you would like to be in for a chance to win the module of Lost Mine of Phandelver on Roll20, then type !1 mine, because there's one mine. It's not Lost Mines, despite there being lots of caves. And we will do a drawing for that at the end of the stream. Okay, so we'll be back in a little bit. See you soon.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome back to the second part of Lost Mine of Phandelver on Roll20. Thank you for sticking around. So we had a little bit of a break. Hope everybody did human body stuff. That sounds grosser when you say it like that.
Bodies are gross.
Bodies
I agree.
are pretty disgusting. Corporeal form is deeply overrated, especially when it doesn't work.
I mean, Dave says it that way because Dave is a robot, so it's...
That's true.
No.
The way you said no didn't sound like a denial.
I would like to
honest.
insight check, please.
Insight, yeah, roll insight on that one.
It's not a very high DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
solidified the plan, having a person act as bait to draw out the scout and then grab him or kill him.
Get him, whichever way it works.
Yeah. I mean, I like this idea of luring this one away. Did you have, I don't know, like how much explanation of the plan are we going to try to do before?
I feel as though I am the best possible bait because I won't look so much like an enemy as opposed to everyone else. They might just think somebody's gone off who wasn't supposed to, unless they don't have any bugbears in their troop. And then they're just going to be feeling threatened by a bugbear in their territory.
I think the operative system of that is how fast do you run, Pasha? Because
Me?
you'll need to outrun them.
I am a very powerful build, so I think it is likely I run pretty decently fast.
What's your
Yeah.
speed?
What's your movement
Yeah,
speed?
Oh, that's what we mean. No, you're faster than me. That much is definitely true.
So you're just trying to lure them out, yes?
Well, whoever lures them away, the rest of us can ambush them. I think.
Yes, yes. I might be able to do that. If you'd give me the opportunity.
If you'd like to take it, you're welcome to do so.
And he looks at Witzka and Pasha.
Of course.
Pasha just gives 2 thumbs up with their very long arms.
Well, that's certainly one way to build trust within a group. Give yourself up as bait at the first opportunity.
Yeah. Wicca's like, dope.
All right.
And you want me to bring them here?
Yes, we will hide, and then you bring them to us.
Easy.
Wonderful. I look forward to seeing
Right.
how it goes.
Let's start with the stealth, see how well the group hides. If
We-
you each roll it, and we'll sort of take an average. I don't know. If the rolls seem good, it'll be fine. If not, it'll be bad.
Okay, I'm very good at stealth, and the dice will agree.
Oh,
Oh!
that's an 8.
That's okay. It's an 18 from me.
Oh my god!
God. There are more than 2 sides of the dice. There are more.
I got a 1.
At what point did your d20 become, I don't know, a
It's-
quarter?
It's still a set. It's still a 7, but on the opposite end, I got a critical, but I don't have advantage. So
Yeah. So Basil, you would. Yeah, they're kind of hidden. You're gonna have to. You've got your work cut out for you, I think.
That's all right.
So yeah, what's your plan? I'm interested to hear.
I'm going to walk out and get their attention. And as soon as they're looking at me, I'm going to just uncomfortably smile and then wild shape into a panther and then start running back.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So this orc is kind of villain on this map. It's all out here. Just showing the stream. We've got a little map there, but this isn't quite on it yet. Yeah. So you walk out, and after a second, yeah, the sentry absolutely notices you. He looks and he kind of puts his hand down to a little axe that's just kind of stood up against the box.
Actually, I'd like to specifically say, I found you. And then I'll shift into the panther.
Nice.
Okay. What would you do in that situation as a sentry? He kind of, yeah, for a second you do see the like absolute confusion, as I had also. Reaches down, like grabs the axe, and there's like a second one on his belt, kind of gets them both out, begins kind of walking tentatively to try and see. Yeah, it seems like you've certainly piqued his curiosity. He only saw like one person, and he's like, what's their deal? So he follows you out a decent way. I will have him make a check to see if he notices the trap.
Oh, be terrible.
What we got going on? There's a half orc that we'll use as instead.
Wakanda forever.
Okay. Yeah, he walks out a decent way. Looks. Did you move so that he lost track of you, or so that he can still see you the whole time?
So he could still see me. So I wanted to basically match his pace, assuming that I'm faster than he is.
Yes, you would be as
Yeah.
a panther for sure.
But
Yeah,
almost
you-
like bobbing and weaving around trees, as if I'm trying to lose him, but I'm failing.
Sure, totally. is still a little bit confused, but you do see him kind of feel like look around. And I think he does notice you. So you don't quite get the ambush, but he is a decent distance away. Yeah. I don't think you get the surprise, unfortunately.
It's
You rolled pretty well.
It's that moment where it's like, oh no, he saw us. Go, just go now.
Yes. Okay. So
Since I succeeded on my stealth check, do I get the opportunity to surprise him?
I think what we'll do, yes, is use the highest in stealth as an initiative. I don't want to make a full combat out of it, per se. It's one dude against the whole party. So I'm more interested in seeing how quickly you can subdue him. So, yes, the most hidden person would go first.
That's
so
Whitka.
Whitka, you're the kind of first to react.
Yep.
Nice.
Do we have a different map happening? Because that's not being reflected for us.
No, you're kind of not on a map at the moment.
Not yet.
You're not quite in the cave, which is where another map is.
Show. Cool.
Yeah, then I think Whitka, because she literally dropped to all fours and like backed into a bush. She's in like a pounce stance. So I'd like to just try to pounce him so everyone gets a chance to like get a hit in. We'll see how this goes. I'm a melee fighter.
Narrator.
Sorry,
she was not.
Sounds like a kind of a grapple attempt.
Yeah.
All right, so roll that athletics for me, and he will try and contest.
Come on, Dice, you can do this. I believe in us so much. We're great. Okay, 19.
It's a good roll. Unfortunately, he rolls a 21. He's wary. He's ready. He's actually like fairly well trained, as maybe the hints gave off. So you jump for him.
Curses.
But yeah, he like kind of steps back and doesn't get. He's like getting ready to attack you now, but before he does so, we'll have Pasha. You do still get the opportunity as well before he gets an opportunity.
I would also attempt to try and grapple as well, because I think at this point we're just trying to subdue. We're not exactly trying to hurt our ogre, our orc friend here just yet. So that's an athletics check, correct? All right, here we go. How does the 21 feel?
21's good. It beats a 17, certainly. So you managed to grab him.
One hand over the mouth, big long arms, just giving a bear hug.
Yeah, kind of pull in, so his like wide 2-axe stance just like pulled it. Yeah, so I think since you got before his perception roll of a 16, you do manage to grab him. Like everyone kind of piles on within like a few seconds. A panther jumps at him. He's like freaking
Wicca
out.
gives Panther Basile a nod like, nice.
Yeah, so you managed to grab this dude. Presumably somebody has like rope or manacles or something.
Always I do have rope, yes.
Okay. So you managed to grab him and drag him away from the cave entrance slightly. And he's struggling. It sounds like you've put something over his mouth so he can't talk. So no.
Well,
what's the plan?
Well, that's one down. One less to deal with.
Do we want to try to interrogate him? Do we think we'll get good intel?
Doubtful.
I was thinking we could just wave him over our heads in front of the mouth cave and be like, "We have your guy," and then see who comes and gets him.
Also doubtful as a plan. I think maybe we just benefit from the removal of the one target that we have gotten rid of and approach without an alarm going off because there's no sentry.
What do you think, Basile?
What sort of weapon did he have?
I had 2 hand axes.
All right, I'm going to pick one up in my mouth, and I'm going to take a paw and a claw, and I'm going to draw on the ground a really bad cave, and then I'm going to draw a cat face. Then I'm going to draw the cat face going within. I'm going to make an arrow going from the cat face to the cave, and then arrow from the cave back. And then I'm going to be like, with the hand axe in my mouth.
You want to draw more of them off.
He's essentially trying to convey he wants to draw them back, but showing that he has the hand axe in his mouth so that they think that I ate him.
Karasu's like,
very clever.
Yeah, all right. Seems good.
I do like while we have this guy, I just want to turn to him and just look him in the eye and just, how many are in the cave? If you want to survive the night, you'll tell us.
All right. Make intimidation check, please.
Yeah. Am I able to help by growling at him?
Yes.
Roll that shit with advantage.
Thank
like
you.
being a cat.
There we go. Dirty 20.
Kind of and can't say anything.
He can tap his foot on the ground.
It's scary.
Yeah, he let's see, Dave doing counting. I don't know why this is taking me so long.
It's all good.
Math is stupid.
Look, you see him kind of raise.
Okay.
8.
Now let's be very, very clear. We're going to leave you out here, safe, away from whatever's going to happen. And I'm a very good counter. And if I see more than 8 people in there, we're going to have a problem. So do you want to check your math one more time?
Karasu and Pasha, I feel like you see like Basil's cat face, like look at Witka, like kind of concerned.
And you'll see that Pasha and I don't want to speak for Cross, but I feel like the two of us are just sort of standing there going, yeah.
Karasu gives you the like, this is just kind of how it goes, shrug.
Takes like a step to the side.
She's got that scary mom energy like down.
Yeah.
All right, let's put you.
I'm a disappointed cat mom, and Karasu is Moon Karen. We all have our roles here as the moms.
I don't know.
We are Pasha's moms.
I don't know if I like Moon
I'm
Karen.
just a big Chad. I'm just a Chad over here.
This is going to be invisible for everyone for a second, and then I'll paste in. Because we do have the map, and as a quick disclaimer, the module doesn't have a map for this area because the source book doesn't have a map for this area. However, I bought one, and it was from Venatus Maps.
Nice.
On drive-through. So if you would like to fill that in, the same person did this one and the Old Owl World one.
Oh, cool.
So
don't.
Wanted to give a shout out for that because there's enough people here. I feel like you kind of need a map for this one.
Venatus Maps for all your Phandelver cartographical needs.
So, Basil, you should see, hopefully, you're at the bottom right. So, do you see some of the cave?
Yes, I do.
I see like a little corner of it.
Oh, the little blip.
Yeah, the rest of you on the map here, so I pasted you in, so you have.
Yes, yeah, but yeah, I do see. I see a bad.
See a what? Sorry. Oh, a bat. Yeah, someone up there.
Dead.
Yeah, illuminated by a flickering campfire. I'm gonna zoom in because I had a lot of fun with this, populating it.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Look, it's animated. There's a couple of animated bits in this area, which
excited and terrified.
Nice.
And hopefully that's giving off light correctly as well. So yes, you see one kind of sat with his back to you at a fire in the middle of a conversation with somebody else that you can't quite see from here.
Okay.
So speaking common.
My job is to look. Can I understand what they're saying?
As a panther, absolutely. Um, yeah, so they're kind of just chatting about nothing in particular. It's not like relevant stuff. It's more, yeah, how are you finding, like,
Hey, Grog,
this?
did you see Ham's
How's your
new axe?
family?
It's pretty sharp. It's real good. You could cut a whole boar with that. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm kind of jealous, but it's fine. I'll get my own someday. Yeah, well, I don't think you will, because you don't pull as many numbers as Grog does. So, it's just reality that, like, you're never going to get the cool axe that you're looking for. But what do you mean? I'm trying so hard, man. What do I have to do to succeed in this bandit life? Well, you gotta kill at least 5 more civilians. It's the only way you're gonna make it to the top.
He stops, actually, and he's like, hey, say bandits here.
So this is not a good idea, but I feel comfortable enough at this party that making bad ideas is funny. I want to try to throw the axe as a panther. And it's not about succeeding, it's just about the end result.
Yeah, like drawing attention to yourself, clattering axe on the floor. There's no way you hit anybody.
Yeah. Can I still roll?
Roll like 60, 20 and take the lowest.
Yes.
Nah, just do it with disadvantage. And the AC is probably 20 anyway to actually get it anywhere near them.
I hope you get a natural 20.
That's a 2.
Oh no.
What is it, a 1?
You asked, and then it was like, yeah, my dude, it's a 1.
You actually managed to roll a 2 and then call a 1 after.
That's the worst called shot I've ever seen.
Nah, that's a matter of opinion. This can only go well.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is like Hall of Fame epic level D&D shit, y'all.
All right, so it's I guess the wind up is turning as far. And since you're a cat, you can kind of bend your midsection as well. And acting as much like a spring as a cat can throwing an axe, you let go. The axe flies down to the orc and like lands at his feet. And they both turn around, looks down, and it's like, that's a nice axe. Yeah, I guess it's your lucky day. And then like one of them picks it up after their conversation, looks at it, then looks down the corridor, and I think that's when they see you.
I spit. No, I get a hairball.
Hairball on their front lawn.
What in the 7 houses? He yells, he's like, hey! There's a cat in here. Cat threw an axe at. What? And like you hear from inside, someone's like, axe? He's like, yeah, cat threw it. Get out of here, cat. And like he starts running, holding the axe. He's coming down here. Is the plan to like run away again?
Yeah.
It's working perfectly.
This is better than I ever could have expected.
Yeah, and
this is how you fail upwards.
You can hear like, what? Did you say there's a cat with an axe? Like, we weren't allowed to drink on duty, were we? And so it's like, I guess he was any. Yeah, so you lead this dude out of the cave. The other guy's like standing behind him. Notices, like, he's left his axe or whatever. And he's just like slowly. Yeah, this is mine now. Small upgrade.
Hey, where'd my axe go? I don't know.
You gotta ask the magical axe cat.
Yeah, probably a cat took it.
That gives good little bandits axes.
Cat with an axe is obviously the name of some rock band's frontman. Like,
yeah, so the dude like runs after you again. And despite the roll not going well,
Didn't it though?
The plan itself, even not being able to throw the axe at someone, it can't not do what the intention was.
Yeah, which is
Maybe
draw
I shouldn't have even asked you to
attention.
roll. Yeah.
Now, the
so-
roll was for if it hit someone for damage, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying, but it just wasn't gonna happen.
I mean, the
Just
max
imagining-
distance for an axe is like 40 feet anyway.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible, but give it a shot. Whatever. Sometimes it's fun. So yeah, this orc runs out of the cave. Everybody, you see.
We take him out.
A cat. What's that cat do?
I think we've moved to like the
Whoa,
front.
that cat's huge.
We've moved to like the front entrance of the cave, right? We're on either side of the either side of the door. And as soon as he passes the threshold, just like
I like to picture it. I ran ahead so that I'm like sitting outside of the cave like this, waiting.
Yeah, I imagine the Pasha, like the long arm comes out just for like a clothesline, and the dude just like runs into it. Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all subduing this guy as well.
Wonderful.
But you probably don't have long because
No.
he was actively shouting
no.
at a cat.
Now we go in, right? Like we've taken out 2 extra guys. I call that thinning the herd. We get in there and beat them up.
Okay.
This is an
Beat 'em up.
Overwatch strat. Like we got an early pick. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
At this point.
We gotta fight at Dragon now because we killed their jungler, whatever.
I get that reference.
Yay!
All right, good. I'm glad.
We've got
All
anime,
right.
Overwatch League. It's great.
We're doing real well over here.
Okay, everybody.
Is
You're-
it time to roll some initiative?
I guess we could do, yeah. Let's do the whole cave at the same time because they're all super aware that you're here.
Yeah.
In my defense, they're aware that a cat is here.
That's true.
true.
That's very true. It will depend what they see, I guess. So select your token, pop it on. I said I was going to get that macro, and I forgot because I'm terrible.
Oh no.
No, don't talk about my friends like that.
Yeah, you're
Don't
fine.
do it.
I'm not allowed to say anything.
Thank
to
you,
this guy.
Roll20. I feel like we worked out whatever our struggle was, and now we're good friends, and I love you.
Look at this natural 20 happened over here for initiative.
Oh,
Hey!
It's like 2 natural 20s and a natural 1. That's
Yeah.
been like you and Gabe have the same problem, Elf, where you got your dice don't understand that there are more than 2
Look,
sides.
it's
Yeah.
the lightning in the bottle effect, right? You get crits or you get nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's it.
I'm okay with this because that means I'll be the first one in there again, and I want to see that orc. But Dave, what was this guy picked up that axe, right?
Yes.
Can I have taken it back?
Yeah, get your axe
Cat has the
back.
axe.
Everything I wanted.
Cat
Cat with an axe.
This character may have drastically changed who they were as a person.
Just wait till you get a moonstone goblet. You'll be different.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
We have 4.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I have
there's no
2, they're
use for
taken.
money in this campaign, so they just have these really expensive goblets.
So fine with it.
It's a thing.
We've managed to put together a tiny little treasure trove of stuff that we cannot spend it on anything.
True.
It's just no use for the treasure you get in this campaign. Unless. Remember what we were talking about before. Anyway, the first 2 to react are Basil, the cat with an axe, and Woodcut, the cat with a not axe,
I
unfortunately.
don't have an axe. I have a scimitar, and that's
You have a
close.
scimitar and a weird beatbox.
Does a dulcimer count as an axe?
I think
It
so. I
is a
still don't know what a
string.
dulcimer
Blade it.
is.
It's a stringed instrument. I would say yes.
Does it have a little
Like little
whammy?
garrots across it. Yeah, so both of you kind of react at the same time. So whoever wants to.
Oh, you can go first with the
Start.
natural 20. We honor that in this house.
Okay, let me see how far. Oh yeah. Okay.
Is that pounce range? That sounds like pounce range to me.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna sprint and I'm gonna use my pounce. So I'll try to attack it with a claw attack.
Yeah. I don't know how to.
I only see that one.
I don't have one of the emotes for turned into a cat at the
That's
moment,
fine.
so you just have to remember.
Yeah.
Is it large?
Oh,
Is
there
the
we
panther
go.
large, or is it just a normal size panther?
It's medium.
Okay. Sweet. So yeah, roll that pounce.
All right.
Nice.
So it's 1d4 plus 4. And I like that in Roll20, I can just type these things and it does it for me. That's a
I mean, on a D4 plus 4, it's not. Well, it is the worst you could get.
That's a D20. That's a D20. That's another nat 1 for the cat with the axe.
Also,
So,
you did you roll a D20 plus 4?
yeah.
Shouldn't it have been a D4 plus 4?
No, I was going to
the
attack.
first.
Oh, the attack roll. You're right.
Yeah. So attempting to augment the already formidable jaws of a cat with an axe, unfortunately doesn't have the intended effects.
It's not an augment. It's not.
No. And as the axe kind of clangs into the armor, I think you lose hold of it, unfortunately. And the axe
Just like real there's anger in his eyes now. And he's like hissing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, no hit that time.
Worth it. That's honestly, this is even better than anything I could have asked for.
Good. I'm glad.
God.
Yeah, so next up I guess is Wicca.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that was all your actions, right?
I'll move up now. 5, 6, 7 is my full movement. Okay, and I just see one bad boy, yeah?
Yeah, for the time being.
Okay.
I don't know how much of the turn order you can see. Probably all of it, 'cause none of them are hidden.
Yeah.
One
but
bad boy for now.
I can only see one right now.
Right. You can hear like people moving.
And I'm gonna hold off on the other thing I was gonna do, and we'll just do what we do best, which is a vicious mockery.
Sweet deal.
Like, hey, you big dumb nerd.
Nerd, axe nerd.
Yeah. I'm another weird cat that's just here to make your day strange.
Wow, yeah,
Well,
there's a second cat.
Yeah.
I seen bigger hatchet.
Yeah. Honestly, all of us like pretty sentient cats have been talking, and we think you are the biggest loser we have ever seen.
All right.
If I had an axe, I would throw it at your feet weirdly. I wouldn't even try to hit you with it.
All right, we're safe from this one. How are we gonna do? Oh, he does just meet it.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's the confusion. I think the
That's
layer
what
of
I said.
confusion doesn't manage to take damage from it because
Yeah.
he's just too confused to take in the words, I think. These two cats running in, one on up and yelling at him.
He's like, what did I take? What have I eaten or drank that has made this happen?
Just here to make it extra weird for you.
Yeah. Okay, so you hear people clanking, getting ready. This dude runs round, sees a cat. Does he have a ranged weapon? I don't remember. He certainly does. So, actually, I need to look how far it is. 30. Yeah, he's going to throw a javelin at cat. Which I'm going to stop calling it a cat and start calling it a panther. Otherwise, I'm going to start getting a feel a bit weird about it.
That's fair.
So, going to make the attack. What's the AC on your panther?
12.
Well,
Oh, sorry. Can I use my bonus action to give some bardic inspiration? And
yes,
just, like,
please do. Please do.
I just make cat sounds. Like, I know that, well, I assume that the seal can't actually speak Leonin or like a cat language. So I'm just like on the side, like meow meow
Meow, 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 meow.
meow
Like he's
meow meow.
probably like looking at the orc, still mad, but like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, so he
Basile
does roll a
also
12.
what
to
did I
hit.
drink?
Yeah, I just want to make it as weird as possible.
I'm
for this
really
one guy.
glad. It's always a bit when casts change and new groups happen. I'm glad we got this weird. This
Yeah.
so perfect.
I honestly think that's the only way forward sometimes. Just
Sure is. Okay, unfortunately, he does manage to hit.
That's fine.
And deals you 9 piercing damage.
Cool. I still have some health left, so I'm still in Panther.
Awesome. In that weird situation where you're a caster druid and you kind of just want it to drop so you can just start doing
Yeah,
right? All right, so that's
yes,
him done.
the extra tanking that is druid shape-shifting.
It's so good. Just like, oh, you knocked me out of bear. I'm worse as a person.
Oh no, you knocked me out of bear. Lightning storm.
Yeah. You wish the bear was still here. That's on you.
Okay, so Basile, you hear a louder thumping of feet from around the corner. And you see filling up the the corridor at the top, the huge form of what you would be aware of is an ogre. Yeah, and he kind of stands in the doorway, and I guess in Giant, just like because Giant is a scarier language, just yells, "Oh no, get past Gog! Gog smashed Panther?" Yeah, so he's gonna, I think, ready an attack if someone tries to come up there. Also has a javelin apparently, but I feel like that's enough javelins.
Can you imagine an ogre-sized javelin? It's like a ballista bolt, like.
Sure is. Actually, I know what he would use as this javelin based on the little personality I've given him. We'll see if that comes up. Pasha, you're next. You can hear the fighting up the corridor.
all right. So Pasha is first going to rage, and then they're going to move up. Let's see, what can I see here? They're going to move up, and then we are going to use, let me see, what is the range on my javelin? I haven't used the javelin.
It's 3120. I just looked it up.
So I could conceivably get him from here.
Yeah, it'd be a disadvantage because he's quite far.
Sure. Maybe then for this turn, what I will do instead is just do a double move so I can get up closer to him, be in range in the next attack.
Remember, if nobody targets you, you will lose your rage.
Well then, okay, cool. Yeah. Then
I smack Pasha on the butt with my claw as they go past. Like, I'm doing so.
As a reaction, I take an opportunity attack against my ally. I mean, there's nothing in the rules that says you can't.
They need to stay angry.
But I think what I'm going to do, I think I'll just go ahead and chuck the javelin because, I haven't used any of them yet. And
okay. Go for it.
I'm just imagining Vidka's sportsman-like butt tap.
The claws are out as well.
Yeah. Go get him, sweetie. Ow, my face.
How do you like a 22, even at disadvantage?
Even at disadvantage of 22. Absolutely hits. Yeah, roll damage.
All right, give me just a second. It's not rage damage. Is the rage damage only for melee attacks?
Yes.
Want to make sure. That's fine.
Gloves and
you're
paladins.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally click on something I wasn't supposed to. So that's 5 piercing. And I want to say that as the javelin is sailing through the air, the spirits of my ancestors kind of begin to rise up off the javelin and form up like a squad right as it like drives into this mofo's like right here.
That's fantastic. Yeah, Ancestral Protectors doesn't specify melee, so that's an awesome, awesome idea. So you take some damage, and is swarmed. Basile, you see this kind of for the first time. The rest are getting slightly used to it, but there's these very aggressive, almost feral spirits that manifest around Pasha when they rage.
Bugbear spirits.
Yeah, and reach onto this dude and just like try and pin him to the ground.
And now he can only target moi.
Yep. He's kind of tanked. He's kind of taunted. All right, fantastic. So next
I love this path. It's such a cool path.
Yeah, it's him up next, actually.
Okay.
How much threat does he think this panther is compared to this horrific bugbear?
Fair. Yeah, because they do just think I'm just a cat.
I mean, panthers are scary.
Yeah, we'll roll a d2. He might make the attack with disadvantage. We'll see.
I feel like it should be a d4, and 3 of them are for the big scary bugbear ghost leaking barbarian versus like a weird cat.
Let me have this.
Yeah. So I think he does underestimates the panther, perhaps, if it can somehow bite him. No longer has an axe, unfortunately.
That's true. I'm like 50% less terrified without an axe.
Yeah. So he does run past you though, so you do get the AOO.
Yeah.
I just realized that the seal is that one video of the kid running around the trampoline with a knife.
What do you have? A knife!
An axe! So that's a 9 to hit.
Unfortunately, that doesn't get through his armor.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, he runs up, isn't quite in range of axing. So yeah, gonna go for the javelin again. Sails it past Wicker and into this. He's not into fighting cats. He's distracted. Javelin attack. We have a 19 to hit for 5 piercing damage.
I believe that will be 3.
It rounds down, so it's only 2.
Oh, is it 2? Okay, cool.
Even better. Yeah.
Even better.
Okay. Next up, we have Karasi at the mouth of the cave with your monk speak. Sorry.
I mean, both are good. So I am going to move. Keep moving. Still moving. All the way to here. We need 2 moves because I can't do it in 1. And then once I am on this position behind this orc, I will use a bonus action to activate the dodge stance with my key point so as to try and tank anything that's coming down from the other side.
Okay, yeah, rather than stepping over the wind and punching them. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everybody else inside the cave. Gog has taken up this defensive position. What are they going to do? So you hear shouting in common from further in. It sounds like orders, not just like, hey, you guys get him. He shouts specifically to the different people and with, I just want to reinforce this kind of military theme that they have going. Moves out. You would see him briefly, Basile, like through the legs of Gog, but moves further in to start setting something else up. I think they're going to start enacting a plan, which I will just have them do. Grabs that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I have an idea, and then he moves over here. Stands there. And this guy is on.
All things considered, this went pretty well so far.
It has, yeah. Sorry, I'm playing a little bit of a solo game right now, but
Oh no, you're
All
fine.
good.
right.
Yeah, Wicca
but-
responds like, "This is going well."
It does seem to be. Yeah, there's only like a couple of dudes. You're handling them pretty handily.
I mean,
All right.
there is an ogre up that
There
way.
is an ogre. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally clicked through, but Basil as a tiger, panther,
Oh, you're
whatever,
fine.
big cat.
Excuse me, that's really rude and
I
disrespectful.
know. I
Thanks.
feel terrible.
You
I'm
wish
sorry.
you were a panther.
Maybe, yeah.
So, being a panther was great. I only have 4 health as a panther, so I'm gonna go back to being a Yanti because there is advantages to that.
Yeah.
And
You
so
drop it as a bonus action or just for free?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. We'll look it up real quick as you do your action.
Okay, so then I would like to move here if I can, and then
Mhm.
like let me make sure. Okay, right here, I'm gonna conjure my little wildfire, my little
Oh,
wildfire
yeah.
salamander.
Oh, yeah, let me drag it on real quick. Ba, 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 ba. Which square did you say? Sorry?
The one right to the right of the fire itself.
There it is. Oh, it's not quite set up right. Hold on. I'll get the one that's linked.
That's my little baby.
Yeah. The one that's linked to the character.
You can revert back as a bonus action on your turn. Yep, you called it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Chat as well for checking that. Oh, no, it wasn't chat. It was just you. Oh, my God, the players. Love it. Love looking at the rules. Yep. So, I guess that's your turn.
You were right
But
to
then
assume
immediately it has the turn. What they do.
I'm just gonna bring it over here so it's not within view of the people that probably want to stab it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can do right now.
Yes.
Now it's
Yeah.
here.
Takes
My
a
child.
bonus action to command it to attack. for
Wait,
everybody
why
else.
is it attacking before I get to attack?
It was just moving. It just acts on my turn.
Yeah, acts directly after Basile.
Oh, perfect. Got it.
Then it's round to you.
Tight. No, you're good. Go ahead. I think I was just confused about what. Doesn't matter.
No, it's fine. It's a lot to learn.
Sweet. Okay. Then Wicca's gonna like come in a little. Ah, crap. I just need to be able to see this boy. I can't see God, our big like growly friends.
You don't want to.
I do. I guess I'll just risk the OA. I don't super care. It's fine. I'll go.
Yeah, let's go
down
try
here,
and axe you.
like you do. Like, oh, excuse
Question?
me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Please don't. Thank you.
Okay, it's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
For 14 slashing damage.
Ooh, hate to see it.
Maybe it did matter.
Eh,
So, excuse me.
that's
Thank
some
you.
Spicy damage.
Yep. Cool. Well, that was annoying. You didn't have to do that. I'm still more worried about this big boy. So we'll just take that. No sell it. I'm a performer. It's fine. And then I'm going to hit this big boy over here with, first, I'm going to hit him with unsettling words.
Mhm.
So he's going to subtract 4 from his next saving throw, which is going to be right now as we chain it with a dissonant whispers.
Oh, nice.
I'm just saying lots of real mean stuff.
The way that you said no sell it just makes me think of Witka in a Chris Jericho scarf.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, that's a. Oh, yeah, if you paste it in, then I'll see what it does. It's got great saves with wisdom.
Huh,
Real
cool.
smart.
What
Smart
a
Ogre.
real hot pile of trash on that spell. It should be 4d6. I don't know why. It didn't give me my last d6.
It did. It's the
Oh,
one
it
above
did.
it.
It's always the one on the top, and I never know what that is. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so with the -4, does in fact fail. So takes 16 points of psychic damage and immediately runs away from you.
Yeah. So
Ugh. Everyone's like,
if you
"Oh, what are you-"
cannot,
"Ugh."
and I
So
want to
everyone's-
look back, I don't know, just as a free
Aw,
action,
big boy.
at the one that hit me, and I said, if I can make that one run away, I fucking dare you to hit me again.
Oh. The taunt. Taunted by words, but then also ancestral monsters. So
Did it have disadvantage when it attacked there, dude? Is that a thing that it should have had? Maybe?
it would have still hit. It was a 19 and a
okay.
20.
Well, never mind then.
Mm.
Yes.
I just thought I'd try and save us 14 points
No.
of damage.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
Good looking out, elf. Damn.
Yeah. Factored it in, then forgot that it was a thing because
Oh,
everybody's movement.
It's all good.
You good,
Okay.
fam?
We got orc time.
Orc
This
time.
orc is now. It's like, all right, we had a thing going, but I guess one of them just got injured. So let's try and do that again. If you can rush in and take one
Yeah,
down.
I'm gonna die.
That's
It's fine.
That's a good strat. All right, in comes the axe.
Oh no. They've been trained by the great Leroy Jenkins to just run in.
It's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
This one not quite as good. Only a 4.
Okay.
So this is them making a ranged attack, right?
No, he just ran in and
Oh,
slashed.
never
with an
mind.
axe.
Yeah, this is another orc.
Yeah,
That's not great.
It's not great.
So that's the 4 damage there.
Yep. Got it.
Then we go back to Gog. Gog, while frightened, you hear the one in charge that's been shouting orders, shouts at him again, and there's a kind of a second hesitation. And yeah, Gog's getting back in position. It was a good shout, but this dude in charge seems to be running a tight ship. Go back in corridor. Go block way. And yeah, seeing you down there after you said scary words, you see he has a huge ogre-sized ladle, and he winds up and throws it at you.
Gonna get downed by a spoon. What an ignominious end.
This is disadvantage. This is a long range. 17 with disadvantage
Still hits.
for 14 points of damage.
Told you. Dumbest way to die.
Oh no.
So you all see as you're looking in the corridor in slow motion this massive. That's not a javelin. Notice it's a massive soup spoon. Smacks into Wicker, and unfortunately,
I feel like I should have had some cover because like there's an orc directly in front of me.
Yeah, he already had disadvantage. Even with a -2 instead, I think he still would have hit you.
That was a ranged attack, though, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Okay. I'm asking because Gabe asked earlier, and so I figured it might be important.
He already had disadvantage. That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But I got other ideas. I got plans.
It's
All right,
fine, fine.
Pasha.
What
Somebody
Right.
is in range and taunted by you. So what's the plan?
I do a smash. Like,
The traditional Pasha maneuver, run up and smash.
Okay.
Aw.
Unfortunately, 10's not going to hit.
No.
I figured.
Oh no.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. At least it could have been reckless to give me advantage, but I think that Pasha's thrown by seeing Witka go down, and so they don't think to be reckless, which seems like you wouldn't think to be reckless anyway, but they really don't think to be reckless.
Sure. Okay, if you think so. All right, let's move back on to the orc, who is going to retaliate in kind. Axe time. We have a 24 to hit.
Probably a hit.
And 13 points of slashing damage. So I guess 6. All right. Moving on, we have Karasu.
Okay, let's tidy this up a little bit. All right, spear first. Here we go. Spear. Hiya! 19, Dave?
Absolutely.
For 5 damage. And then
right,
I will burn a key point for flurry of blows, and we will unarmed attack 21 for 7 damage. And then we will hiya, and we'll miss that last one. Never mind.
Totally fine, because you took him down with the first punch.
Yes!
Whoosh.
All right, and then I will use my movement, and I will move to here.
Okay, fantastic.
I want to
Karasa don't play. Karasa came here to take. Yeah.
Yep.
That was terrifying.
Yep. Just stabbed a man and then punched him in the back of the head.
Yep. Well, I mean, probably stabbed him and then kicked him. She's only got one working hand, so. Wait a second! I took him down. Dave, temporary hit points for taking him down. Give the long
Oh my gosh!
Move.
Yes. How many is it? It's based on your level.
It's my level plus my wisdom, which is 6, so I get 6 temporary hit points.
Oh my gosh! So, Basil, watching this dude and watching the fight with Pasha as well. You see, as she punches him. In fact, you said terrifying. But as she punches him, you notice that, like, the life force.
Yeah.
As a druid, you being especially attuned to it, you realize she literally sucks it out of him.
Yep, just vampire the life force right out of him.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, misgivings might be being
No.
developed right now.
Ooh, okay. That makes sense why you're the smart, cautious one.
Okay. This guy does a thing.
A thing?
They're making plans and holding actions.
I don't like plans.
All of them in there are doing so.
They're all waiting with short bows drawn, so as soon as Gog steps out of the way, they're going to pin cushion us.
Something like that.
All right. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm going to bonus action to make my wildfire spirit attack that orc right there.
Heck yeah, make that, please. I put it both on your sheet and its
All
sheet.
right.
So.
That's 23 to hit
Okay, absolutely.
for 7 fire damage.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Shoots
And then-
fire out its mouth.
I'm going to move past them, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Witka.
Oh, yeah. Roll that up. See how many hit points.
Let's do at 2nd level. For 9 total.
Thank you.
Wick, you're back up.
Ow!
I realize
Did
you're
anyone
less
see me
scary
die?
and more just loud.
Okay. Did you see me get hit by a giant spoon?
Should my answer be no?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, the orc next to you is like trying to shut up. I'm fighting you with an axe. Stop being distracted.
That's my turn.
Yeah. Back down to Wick.
Sweet.
Now you are lying on the ground, but you are conscious again.
Yeah, bleep blorp. What do I do? Fuck it. Let's just dissonant whisper this guy. The one right in front of me.
Okay. You roll his wisdom check. Save, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's against a 14.
Ooh, that's a 5. All right. So, yes, he takes the damage. Oh, doesn't have to run anywhere. Keels over dead.
He just dies.
No need to run. He turns, takes one step, and then just falls over. Yeah,
And I
goes out
just
of
like
focus.
super giant lion smile and grinned. Just
By
give
the
a
way,
thumbs up.
Dave, I would like to yell at Gog. You got any more ladles?
Please don't ask him for more ladles. They hurt so much.
Bet you can't hit me.
Oh, I'm right behind you. I don't like this.
All right. Gog's turn. Gog?
Sorry. Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration to Karasu.
Do it, Dave. Throw something at me. Do it.
In the form of, please don't make him throw more spoons at me.
Gog, with no more ladles, unfortunately. Not ladle laden. Squeezes through.
Oh, he's coming.
He's coming. He's coming. He can still hold the tunnel while he's at the front.
Oh, Lord.
Because they've made a plan back there. They know what's going on. In comes Gog.
Hefty.
With the Great Club.
Man, I wanted to deflect missiles a giant ladle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. he bonk instead. That's a 20 to hit.
20 does hit me, yep.
And 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, got it.
Not a ladle, but...
Not a ladle.
Yeah, this is actually like a large metal banded. This is actually a weapon. It's a great club.
Cool.
Rather than just being a big stick. All right, good job, Gog. It's Pasha's turn now.
All right, I need to make some moves here. So I see Big Boy over here. Big Boy looks like a nice, yummy target. So we're gonna go up here to Gog, and we're gonna attempt to do a smash. And at this point, Pasha is thinking about Tink and how Tink is probably kicking some dragon's ass right now, and they have to make sure they have stories just as cool to tell Tink as Tink is going to have to tell them. And they've got this big old ogre thingy in front of them, so they're gonna try and do a hit, and they're gonna attack recklessly, so I have advantage.
Yep. You can't be big and hit with a large hammer. That's my niche, and I will protect it by beating the life out of you.
Pretty
All
much.
right, 21 absolutely hits.
All right, awesome. So let me go ahead and make sure I've got that checked off. Then at 17.
Yeah.
Good hit.
And of course, all of my ancestors, now crowd around this big boy.
Ghosts.
That's right. You're messing with me now.
Angry Pasha. Damn.
You like it.
Yeah.
All right. You don't need to hug.
No, don't hug Karasu.
I tried it once.
Okay.
She bites.
I imagine. No, she doesn't. Come on.
I'm lying.
You cut yourself on the edge. You try and just,
it's too sharp. She's too sharp.
Too edgy.
All right, here we go. Spear versus Gog. 26 to hit for 7 damage.
Nice.
And then let's not use Flare Blows because I need that last key point maybe.
Yeah. He's starting to look rough. But,
and I will unarmed attack 14.
Yep, still hits.
Sweet for 5 damage.
All right. Got bonked. Minus 5 there. All right. We have the orcs now who...
Whatever their plan is, it's letting us beat up their ogre, so I'm cool with it.
I tell you what, because these are the last ones in the initiative order, and I think we're going to have slightly longer end of the session. We'll pause that combat there. I'll do some fun stuff because I have an idea about what they're setting up in that cave, and I can actually visualize it on the map in between sessions.
Cool,
so
yeah.
Do that.
Tight.
So you want to pause here?
Yeah, let's finish off there, and we can conclude the combat because there's still quite a
Awesome.
lot to go.
Yeah,
There's
sounds
like
cool.
6 dudes left.
I'm glad we lured out 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
Really, really well done there. Yeah, absolutely thinning the numbers, confusing them for the first few turns as well. They've got their act together now, and unfortunately may have enough to
dangerous.
surprise. But yeah, great axes. It turns out, lots of damage.
Oh my god.
I mean, they're not as cool as a cat with an axe. Though.
I mean, also, are they really that great? To be honest, like, you know, they're not Grog's axe or whatever. The one
they're
orc
not.
who has
Yeah,
really good one.
Gog's axe is the best.
Yeah.
They're more
Yeah.
mediocre axes in their hands.
These are greens. That one's a blue. So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
These are great axes. It's a
Yeah, and they're regular orcs, so you can't really give them better than a blue. Like,
So,
Are we finishing
don't
this one
wanna
off
say
before we
bye.
finish, or are we?
Nope.
no,
Nope.
we'll finish there because that's the end of the initiative, and we'll start back up at the top.
Coolio.
So,
my
that was
gosh.
really fun. Thank you so much,
Was.
everybody.
I'm so
Great.
excited to have
When
you
we're
here,
done with
Dave.
Gog, I am keeping that ladle as my like buster sword and my like.
You could like sharpen the edges. Put like spikes in it.
Yep.
Uh,
Can make it a spork.
Oh my
so
gosh.
you could say with that attack, he
Don't
laid
you do it.
you
Don't
out.
don't you do it. Don't you do it, Dave.
Real bad. Love it. Love to do it.
proud of you.
Thank you. So let's do
some shout outs.
some shout outs, letting people know where you can find you, because, well, Gabe's first opportunity to do so on the show, so let's let him start.
Heck yeah.
Cool. So you can find me here on Mondays at 1 Pacific Standard Time. On the Wandering DM channel, I'm playing in a Dragon Age game on using Roll20 with Cypher of Terratania, which has been an amazing experience. And then starting up soon Sundays on GoJG, Jess's channel, we're going to be playing a Dark Matter game. And those are all that I have running now, but I'll have a different answer for you next week, probably.
Very excited if it's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that I'm aware is in pipelines. Oh, baby. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. It's been
That was
an
fun.
absolute pleasure to play this first session with you, Gabe. It's been awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's going well.
Yeah. So, let's see. Who else have we got on this cast? I think we have a Distracted Elf on this cast.
We do. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf, where I usually tweet about being live on Twitch. So it's sort of a circular thing, you know. One will get you the other. But mostly at the moment, it's RimWorld stuff and some Fall Guys at the moment because the game is so
Are you off Final Fantasy 14? Stop playing.
I mean, here's my problem.
There's
with
a
Final
patch tomorrow.
Well, here's my issue, right? Like, I'm not there yet, first of all, patch-wise. I'm not as a content that I would be doing. And second of all, I played it for like 2 months solid, and I'm not sure it's like stream healthy, if you know what I mean. So I gotta think about
Makes
the
sense.
numbers a little bit.
I need to find out what data center you're on and whether we can play off stream.
I'm on Primal, so...
Shit.
yeah.
Oh, well. All right. Well, thank you. Either way, let's hear from Aki. Where can people find you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Aki, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mixed Genie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINABOTTLE. And you can find me and my entire schedule on twitch.tv/ShidareAki. That's SHIDAREAKI. And everything that I do, you can find there. I do personal streams on weekends, and then you can find me on Sundays on Saving Throw Show with Abria playing New Pantheon, which is a Demigods powered by the Apocalypse game at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Daylight's Time. We need to get rid of that. It's just So dumb and unnecessary. And then you can find me here, obviously, on Monday. And then on Monday nights, you can find me right after this at 6:30 over on Q Times playing Clear Skies, which is a Star Trek Adventures game. And then on Thursdays, you can find me here again on D&D Twitch playing A Darkened Wish, which is the IDW tie-in to the comic written by B. Dave Walters and Tess Fowler.
I'm still muted. Thank you very much for letting me know. Yes, thank you, Abria, for letting me know. Why don't you do the shout outs? Sorry, I forgot the word for the thing.
No one knows words for things. They're overrated. Hi, I am Abria Iyengar. You can catch me on social media at Quiddie, Quiddie, in addition to here on Mondays. And things that were mentioned before on Sundays, along with Aki over at New Pantheon on Saving Throw Show. On Tuesdays, Pirates of Salt Bay, a D&D game that I run with my cool Salt Bay squad. It's actually coming back for our 4th and final season next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. over on Saving Throw Show. On Fridays, every other Friday, a new episode of 12-Sided Stories, which is a fully produced actual play podcast, is released. We're currently playing through a game I'm running in Hack the Planet called Heliotrope. It's really good and so fun, and I'm so excited for you all to hear it. The next episode to come out will actually be episode 1. So that's going to be very, very fun. Also, this Friday, you can catch me over on Dragon Talk, D&D's official podcast, where I'll be chatting about, dice and things and games and just nerd things. I don't know what we're going to talk about, just whatever. It's going to be a lot of cats and axes and the viability of that in the D&D meta. And then on Saturday mornings, you can catch me over on It's Probably OK's Twitch channel at 10 a.m. Pacific, playing Return to the Spider-Verse, which is a Masks Powered by the Apocalypse game, where I play Miles Morales. It's great. Oh, and there's a big cool announcement, so please watch my socials this week. I can't say it yet, and I'm really annoyed by it, but I'm so excited. And as soon as I get to say it, I will shout it from the rooftops. It's very cool.
I also have one of those, but I don't know if it's the same cool thing. It's not, though, but it's a different cool thing. But I have also one of those that's an announcement for an announcement.
Announcements of announcements. That's what we'd love to see.
Announcementception is my favorite.
Yeah. So, you have been watching Lost Mine of Phandelver. Using Roll20, you can get... I'm just thinking, a lot of the stuff was custom stuff that I did, so it's not really actually showing off the module that much. But it is a fantastic package, and you kind of buy it, and you get all the maps and all the tokens on the side, pretty much all there. You just drag them in and stuff. Makes running it so much easier. The amount of hours saved that I haven't had to do is fantastic and definitely worth it. God, that was a stilted shout out at the end. Feels weird.
You can do it, Dave. I believe in you.
Feels weird. Real tired. It's so hot and I'm so tired. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at Dave_the_human. I've tweeted once in the past 3 weeks. It's been fantastic. I've just been chilling. I really hope the stuff that Gabe and I talked about goes ahead, and that's some of the stuff that you're talking about, because that was an awesome conversation. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
It is. It's literally I've just been told when am I doing this stuff, and I'm like, I'll have an answer for you.
Love it. Then we can talk about that, because I don't do anything else. I'll just do this. That's it. So, thank you all again for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully we will see you again for an episode 10. Double digits. Celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Have a celebration inside the Orc Cave with a secret plan. Maybe it will be a cake.
Cake is a lie. Cake is a lie.
Gog's gonna cook us some stew with that big ladle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Beware of ballistic ladles for the next week, y'all.
Ballistic ladles.
All right.
That's a band.
Let's
improv group.
Yeah, let's go and do a thing by ourselves when we're off the cast and talk about how it went. I think it went pretty well. And now the momentum's gone. We're leaving. Bye. This is the end of the episode. See you later.
Oh wait, this is my job. This is my job to end it.